Hello there. Hello there, everybody. It's me, your Star Wars dad. I'm here with another version or another episode of Dad Talks, where we talk to the community about their accounts, about Star Wars, about what's going on with the game. And I'm here today with Modmaster Excellence. You also know him as Jammydean. You also know him as the person who had the idea for this entire series. Jammydean, Modmaster Excellence, say hello to everybody.
Hello there.
So how are you doing today? And wait, so I always get this wrong. You're in Holland or Denmark?
I'm in Holland, the Netherlands.
Okay. So yeah, I get a little mixed up over there, and I apologize. That's my ethnocentrism, or I don't know. That's what my old history teacher told me anyway. So, let's talk here. I got some questions for you. I mean, you've been a big supporter of the channel. We've had a lot of fun together. So you're at 5.3 million, a couple of Galactic Legends and Malgus and Starkiller. Is this the first account you've ever had?
No. Actually, I played the beta of this game. There is a long story to that one. But yeah, basically, when I had my previous girlfriend, a long time ago, like 2015, 2016, she found out about the beta. I basically didn't know anything about Star Wars. Literally, I have seen the movies, but I was not that deep into it. I didn't think anything of it. And then I started playing the game. And I remember the moment I started playing it, I was immediately hooked. I loved the aspect of the collecting. I loved the whole layout of the game. It didn't take too much time. I did have time for other things, and it was just like this moment where I could retreat myself and just literally had like a few minutes for myself and think about nothing else.
So,
but
go ahead.
No, but yeah, I did have an account that I firstly created. Sadly, it was lost due to the breakup, and because I played it back then, still on her phone, I had to abandon that account.
So you played in the beta. I got an immediate question for you on your account, by the way. But so you played during the beta, and then you played when the game first came out. But you were not a Star Wars. Are you a Star Wars fan now?
Yes, now I am a Star Wars fan, and it's actually really because of the game. I think it's totally reversed for most people, but for me it was because I wanted to know more about the characters that I was collecting, that I got invested into the whole Star Wars thing.
Okay, so I want to talk to you more about that, but right now I have your Ewoks pulled up on the screen, and I know you have C-3PO. What is going on here? You don't have... What is this team? What is this? So you did this with Tebow and Ewok Scout?
Yeah, I did. So there's a long story to this one as well. Like, I was like first collecting all the Sith in the game. That was my first goal. All Sith relic, and I came to a point where I was just pure dark side. Sith Eternal was just released, so I went after him. But my guild constantly was like, you need to be useful in light side territory battles. You need to be useful because we have no use there for you. So I was like, okay, so what shall I get? They said Padme and Gas, they were good teams. I had to get them. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to farm Gas, but I don't have any of the Ewoks, and I didn't want to farm Wicket for like months and months in just the event that is there for them. So I was like, okay, I get Scout up because I got like 700, 800 shards of him already because of the Bronzium packs. And I was like, okay, I can do this. So I started at gear 6 with all of them, and I was like, okay, this is really annoying. This event is actually hard. So then I brought the Scout first to 11. I thought, okay, maybe add more damage. Now I can do this. And I remember I was thinking to myself, if I had Wicket and I had AoE, I probably would have done it. But I just didn't want to go to the effort of farming Wicket, so I literally just was like, okay, fine, Relic Elder and Relic or Gear 12 the Scout, and just go for it.
Holy
so,
cow!
I brute forced it.
So, all right, so I don't. You probably remember this back in the day, maybe or maybe not. But Tebow was like OP when the game first came out.
Yeah, for the Rancor raid, yeah.
Yeah, he was the leader in the Rancor raid because with his bring low here, is that it? Yeah, removes 60% turn meter, and his basic remove 100% turn meter if he's stealth. So he's just the Rancor couldn't get turns, but well, congratulations. So how long did it take you to unlock 3PO with this team?
Well, like I said, I brute forced it, so it took me 1 day. But
One
it was
day.
more like, yeah, but it was me being stubborn because this is the thing about me and how I play the game. I try to be as efficient as possible with anything. So if I don't really have to gear something, I just don't gear something. Like I heard you complain a lot of times. Like I don't have this or I have that. I have the stars for it. I can gear them up, but if I don't have an immediate use for them, I really don't want to do it. It's like one of these efficiency things that I have in my mind. So I really was trying a long time with Gear 6, Gear 7, Gear 8, and I was just trying so hard to do it as low as possible, but it was tough.
So you're going all dark side. Are you in on Jabba at this point, or what are your next plans for the account?
Well, that's what I'm still debating because I really want to go for Jabba, but it's just like I literally farmed everything up for JMK. So I am considering going for JMK, even though I really want to go for Jabba and immediately jump in Jabba after.
Yeah, it looks like you got some gear levels for JMK, and you need your Qui-Gon Omicron, man. Come on now. So gear levels for JMK, and you got a lot of character shard farming for Jabba that would be ahead of you. And I guess that's the trade. I mean, you might be able to like go get Jedi Master Kenobi while farming shards for Jabba. Maybe you kind of double down there a little bit. I don't know because you do have a lot of shards you're missing to go get Jabba. I mean, you've got to get. I mean, you got nothing on.
No, I do have everything except for the new characters. Like I said, I don't unlock a single character. Like if I would unlock every single character in the game and or gear them at least to 6, which I can, I would at least jump to 7 million GP. But I just don't want to do it.
So you have the characters for Jabba all at 7 stars. You could unlock them all at 7 stars today.
Yeah, I can.
I would just go for Jabba, man. I mean, realizing that Kenobi is really good, and you'd still have to get relic levels and everybody too. Jabba right now is so important. Is your guild, how deep into Rise of the Empire is your guild? Are you getting to where you need to use Jabba for stuff?
Okay, so right now I am in a very low GP guild. I am in a guild that is below 200 million. But I am considering moving over to a bigger guild. So I think for that I will need it, but as of now, with just the Geonosis territory battles, I don't really think I need him immediately.
Yeah. Hey, we're always recruiting if you're interested, because its roster would look really nice in our guild.
I mean, if you have a spot, I'm open for it. Like after tonight, when the territory rewards drop, I am leaving the guild that I am at and search for a new one. So
I'll connect you with our recruiters so we can talk about that. So yeah, it's probably 6 of one, half dozen the other. You know, the other thing about the Jabba team though with Hut Cartel is you'll be ready for the Crate Dragon raid, which right now you may not be ready for. Let me look at your Old Republic. I mean, are you ready for Crate Dragon, do you think, with any of your... Well...
No, I don't think that any of the teams that they specified I have built up. So yeah, I was thinking about that as well, because I was also considering, like, how important is Jabba gonna be for the future? And I really thought to myself, they really pushed them just like they did the Grand Inquisitors. They literally put him in every mode, and JMK is kind of like countered by Jabba as well when you use him offensively against him. So I was like, okay, I might want to go for it, but the thing here, that is just my biggest problem that I have with Jabba, and it's such a stupid reason, but the first time he was posted down and it was like GL Jabba, the first thing I said was, Jabba is not GL worthy.
Oh, come on, man. Yes, he is.
Yeah, but when I think about it and I look
Yeah.
down on it, I think like, yeah, he had a big influence, but it was more his influence than his own power. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of what I think when I think about a GL. It's like the power of the person of the GL. So
I get it. He's more of a he's more of a power across, like you said, influence or running the cartel as opposed to
yeah, power in name.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's not gonna punch you out because he can't catch up to you.
yeah, yeah.
Well, your Old Republic is actually okay. You got 4 relics here, so that might be your way to go with that Crate Dragon. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning toward like with the game in general, is that if anybody's wondering what their next Galactic Legend should be, I am almost saying, unless they're close to another one, just go get Jabba. 'Cause I just think he's that important. He's going to keep being important as the game goes along. But yeah, you got a decision there. Jedi Master Kenobi or Jabba is a good decision to make. So
Yeah. And after Conquest, I will unlock both Cat and Maul, so that makes it even harder for me because I finally will have Cat. So
you mean after Proving Grounds?
yeah, from the Proving Grounds, I
Right.
finally will unlock Cat. So
Yeah, that's a trade-off then too, right? Like if you got Kat, then you're thinking, well, I want Jedi Master Kenobi because that's where she really performs the best.
yeah,
Yeah. It's tough, man. I don't. It's tough for me. Maybe you go get Jedi Master Kenobi because you are closer to him, for sure. And while you're doing that, you just kind of get Jabba next. Let me know what your decision is because that's a tough trade off. But just keep in mind that Crate Dragon Raid is supposed to be here in 2 months or less. Usually that stuff
Yeah.
gets delayed, but we'll see. And man, Jabba would be really good for that. So how long have you had this account now? You said you had the original account from the original game, but how long have you had this account open?
Okay, so I created this account in the 30th of July in 2019, and so after a long break, I decided, okay, I quit this game like 2-3 years ago. I know nothing actually like right now what the meta was. I didn't know JKR was released at that point already. So I was like, I will first watch some guys, but I'm gonna do everything free to play. And at that moment, when I decide I'm going free to play, not because I can't afford it, but because I want to, it's the satisfaction that I would get from every character that I unlock. Nobody was actually doing it, so it was really hard at that time to find a good guide to start a new account, and there was Arnold, but he was not really doing the series yet, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? So I started looking up some YouTubers, found a few, and then I was like, okay, I can do this, but it was nothing where I am now. So yeah, in 3 years I have progressed a very, very far distance with my account from the moment I started to now.
So this is 3 years and 7 months of free-to-play progress?
Yes, completely.
Really nice. Now,
Aside,
go ahead.
aside from one hyperdrive.
So you did the hyperdrive at the beginning.
Yes, when the hyperdrive came out, I waited for the discount, and that's when I
Okay.
purchased it.
Okay. So, man, you're in a small guild, but you've got these relic 8s and 9s. What did you do? A lot of people ask me, how much do I need to save to get those? What's your advice for getting relics and 8s and 9s as a free-to-play player?
Well, join a big guild. That's what I do. I just jump around a lot of times. I have been in the Anzac Alliance. I have been in, for example, there is another guy that comes to your channel, Melgor. I've been in his guild. That is the Lowland Bastards. It's the Dutch guild. That's also past 340 million GP. I go there when I really need a farm or when I go to a big guild. But for me, I can't handle the pressure when it comes to real life combined to the game, and it's so competitive in the high GP guilds that I go there only to farm from relics. But I don't really have any advice to say, like, if you're a comparable GP to mine, but you don't have the tunes that I have, to have an easy way, I would say save crystals and just buy them from the weekly shipments. If you really want to gear a tune up to Relic 9.
Well, that's the best way. I mean, honestly, yeah, it is tough to farm those things if you're not in a big guild, getting the C rank or rewards right now, and then whatever we see, we don't know what the crate dragon rewards are going to look like, but being in that big guild, getting the territory wars, territory battles, all that stuff. But I agree with you, the micromanagement, the commitment when you're in a guild like that was part of the reason that when I had my big account, I went down to like 150 million guild. It might even been lower because I didn't want to do territory wars. You had to report on every battle you do, and I get why they do that at the top, but man, it was exhausting.
Yeah, and that's the same exact reason for me. Like, I couldn't stand the fact that someone was bossing me around, telling me what I did wrong. Even though I did my best, even though I was the lowest GP person in the guild, there are just such high expectations that are often so unrealistic.
Yeah.
That I just was like, this is too much stress for me. I can't keep up with this. Even when I went on a holiday to Spain, for example, and I took off that time all the way with my wife, I still basically was like told, come online, do this battle, do that battle, and at least make sure you do something. And that's when I realized this goes too far for me.
Right. Yeah, our guild's found a really nice sweet spot where it's like, we do expect everybody to participate in all the modes and everything, but we don't tell anybody what to farm. We don't micromanage it. Yeah, so it's a nice sweet spot for me that I've found. All right, Jammydean. So tell me here. We're gonna wrap this up. I just one last little question for you. What would if you had advice to give a new player or an early game player, mid game player? What would be the advice you would give to Galaxy of Heroes players?
Oh, well, this is the easiest advice in the whole world. Always and every day, focus on your mods. Never skip on your mods, because if you're free to play or if you're paid to play, mods is gonna give you an edge in the game that you just can't buy.
I can't disagree. I mean, I couldn't agree anymore. Sorry. I've done a lot of mod work and a lot of videos, and I mean, I'm looking at your Phasma right now. You've got a Phasma that's got 150 extra speed, and that's incredible. I mean, I agree 100%. Just having those mods leveled up. By the way, get some mods on your Ewoks and throw them out there on defense and see what happens. Yeah, but I mean, I agree. People neglect their mods. I see it all the time. It's a big frustration for me. But I also understand that mod farming can be really complex and really tedious. There is a big tedium to farming mods, but if you want to find one thing, you're going to farm characters as you go along, but if you want to find one thing to separate you from the pack, get those mods up and get them optimized.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like, you might not like mods, you might find it a lot of work to do so, but if you think about it, if your mods are better than the enemies, they have like one gear tier more than they do. Like, that's how I see it always.
Yeah. Hey, looks like you need an executor in this account.
Oh man, yeah, I'm trying. Like, I just my whole bane of my account's existence is the ships. I just hate ships ever since they were released.
Well, I don't know what to tell you there. You're gonna have to go get it. I mean, you got Piet and Boba Fett done. You should be close.
Yeah, it's the IG-2000, and it's a hard mode, and it sucks, and I do it every day, and I refresh, but my luck is so bad. I get like 1 or 2 shards a day, even with the refresh, and it's bugging me.
So you'll have it soon, but you're just not there. I get it, yeah. All right. Sorry, man. Well, Modmaster Excellence, Jammydean, I'm really glad you joined us today. Thanks for the idea for this video series. That people are really enjoying it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you also, because actually you inspired me for that idea. I just want to say, when you did it with Kimchi, when you did it with all the other creators, it just inspired me to give that idea up to do it with the community.
I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I did with Kimchi, and then I got on with Darth Locator. We took a look at each other's accounts, and good to meet other community content creators and you guys, and thanks for all the support along the way. And yeah, Thank you, sir,
Yeah.
and everybody. That's so that is our buddy Modmaster Excellence, Jammydean. You know him by 3 different names. And hey, let's play your intro over here. I forgot to do that. So you've let your Masters level membership expire, but that's okay because Jammydean is the mod god.
Thank you very much. And thank you for having me, dude.
All right, buddy. Everybody have a great day out there. Enjoy yourself. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.